Hi, welcome to the 37th hammer tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at the orange box hammer. Since the update, this is pretty much only good for Counter-Strike source mappers. So, to get to this, you want to select engine version, source engine 2009, and then Counter-Strike source. If you don't have your game that you're mapping for down here, watch tutorial 35. It shows you how to re-add your game. Then you want to load hammer, of course. We're just going to take a quick look at some of the minor and major changes to the editor. So I'm just going to load up my map here. And right off the bat, you might notice that the camera works now right away. You don't have to go to view and then center views. There was a way to get it to work before, but now it just works OTB. So you'll notice over on the right side, you'll have a manifest window. I turned that off by going to view and then screen elements. Manifesting is used with instancing, and we now have a new thing called instancing up at the top. Now basically what this does is, what I'm told it does is it allows you to create multiple levels and then have them all in hammer but still be in separate VMFs. So it's kind of like a campaign type thing. So like Left 4 Dead, all 5 of the maps would be loaded up in hammer, but there's still 5 separate VMF files. So if you're mapping for Counter-Strike, that's pretty much useless. I won't ever cover that because I can't use it. So just putting that out there. Over on the left side, our toolbar still hasn't changed. Up at the top here, some stuff has changed. Now, like, you'll now see you have a leaf and no draw, a 3D with an arch, and a whole bunch of boxes up here. So what the leaf does is, if you have a detail.vbsp file, which you see here, I have these grass sprites popping out of the grass. That is what detail.vbsp does. That's what that little leaf toggles. It toggles the detail.vbsp inside of hammer. So it's a pretty cool feature, so you know what your file looks like. And the no draw button. So if you map in no draw, you'll notice that there's a lot of freaking yellow everywhere. You click no draw, and it hides all faces with no draw on it. This is absolutely amazing if you're trying to see something and you don't want to see yellow everywhere. So that's one of the new features that you can quick toggle on and off. One of the other features now is this little CM here. This stands for collision model. You click that, and it draws a yellow box on the collision model for every model you have in your map. So this is kind of nice if you're trying to make brush around a model. And I've been hearing from a lot of people that textures in hammer now look very, very bad. I am pretty sure that it pulls from your in-game settings now, so you need to turn up your in-game graphics if you want hammer to look good. Otherwise, I don't know. So a couple other things that we have up here are these boxes. So these boxes in 2006 hammer used to do something else. They used to move to viz groups, but now they hide. So, and hollow no longer has a hotkey. You have to go to make hollow. Now we have these quick hide options. If you press H, it will hide the selected objects. They're still there, but they're hidden. To get them back, you either press U or you click this little green box with the eye on it. And if you press Control H, it will hide everything but the selected brushes. Select those, and that's the same thing as these here, and the quick hides are the hide ones, and we have this red box and this black box up here. What the black box does is it moves everything else in your map to a viz group. Kinda useless in my opinion. And the red box we have moved to viz group. And if you don't know what viz groups are, they are these things over on the right side here in this box called viz groups, and you can put items in viz groups to toggle them on and off. Like I have this huge forest here, and I can just turn it on and off with the click of a button, so I can see my grid easier. A couple more things we have. I'm not sure what IG does, but it's been there before. Alright, so this little arch with the 3D on it. I have displacements here. These are my displacements, my fantastic displacements. So what the little arch with 3D does is it turns off displacements. It makes them appear as normal geometry brush. My cliffs here. You just turn that on and off, and it turns on the displacements. It turns them on or off. So that's kind of nice if you're trying to line stuff up here. Usually leave it on though. Alright, a couple new things that we have is under your entity browser, say for just a model, it looks completely different now. It is absolutely fantastic, mainly for lights now, because you can see stuff. If you click on the light now, for brightness it doesn't give you an RGB with brightness at the end value. It gives you the straight up color, and if you click on it, it'll show you everything else. So this is really nice. It's pretty much stayed the same other than this layout, which is a lot easier to follow. A lot of textures got updated. They have a detail file on them now, make them look better. We now have under the model viewer, so for here, click apply and then browse for the model. Now you'll notice it does count a bit slower here. But what it's actually doing is it's loading all these models into memory. Now, I have a lot of custom models. Most players probably only have about 2,600, if my memory serves me correct. But I have a lot of models here. And it's a pain to look for a model that's in like the 7,000 range when it needs to recount each time. But now I have all these models, all cached up and everything. These are just the hats from Team Fortress 2. I'm a beast like that. So that's changed, and if you open it back up, you'll now notice that I had a model in there that crashed model browser. So before, if you hit a model like that, it would just crash. You could close and reopen it. That's the only downfall now, is it cannot recover from an error. So you have to reload Hammer to get that back, and you just be careful of that model again, because it gets annoying after a while. But if you just stay away from that model, you should be fine. So if once it caches up all your models, loads them all into memory, you're pretty good with that. Okay, again, if I just do car, see it starts, it's at 2,000 now. If I click close and then browse again, it's still counting from that marker. So this helps you a lot with getting models out of the way. It's already counted up to 7,000. So that's new. And also we have on this window here for the class, it shows everything you have here, but it now has this. If you type in, say, light, it doesn't only start looking for just things that begin with light, it pretty much does a search for light. So now everything that has light in its name has been searched for, and it only shows these. So if you're trying to narrow something down, if you don't know what you're looking for, this helps a lot. Another new feature that we have is a lighting preview in the map. So to get to this, you just go to camera and then lighting preview, and it will give you a real-time lighting preview. Now if you try to change a light, it gets rid of it. You cannot change these. You cannot change it in real time. But if I were to change the light color to something obscure like a red, click apply, then go back to the lighting preview, I'll now make it, the light's kind of red now. It's a little dark, but it's enough to get the idea of what your map's gonna look like. So that's pretty nice. You go back to textured, and one of the last features that we have that I've noticed is useful is load portal file. It'll ask you if you want to load the PRT file. You click yes, and these blue lines here are the viz leafs that VViz has cut. You don't see many here. I'll load up a map with a bit more viz leafs. Go to map, load portal file, yes. Now over here we have a lot more viz leafs here. So you can see what your viz leafs are, so if you're trying to do some manual hint and skip work, you can easily take care of it. So I hope this tutorial has helped you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.